For a lion cub, maternal abandonment is an immediate death sentence. In the wild, survival depends on the protection and resources of the pied. When a mother vanishes, the cub faces a total collapse of its support system. This maternal deprivation leaves a psychological and physiological void that a young feline has no biological way to fill on its own. This chart tracks a solitary cub's survivability over 72 hours. Without a mother to provide thermal regulation and calorie-dense milk, the cub's chances of surviving exposure or predation drop to 0 before the third day. This specific cub's timeline was interrupted when he encountered a kind-hearted man. By intervening, the man stopped the biological clock that would have normally ended the cub's life. The decision to bring a wild predator into a domestic space shifted the burden of care entirely onto the human. He had to manually replicate the feeding and grooming behaviors that define a cub's early development. Taking the cub home didn't just save it from starvation, it placed a social animal into an entirely foreign hierarchy, beginning a process of integrating a wild apex predator into a human family. The cub first had to navigate a total sensory shift. The smells and sounds of the savanna were replaced by the hum of a household and the constraints of indoor living. This flowchart illustrates trophic bonding. By hand-feeding the cub, the man triggered a specific dopamine response that associated his presence with survival. This chemical loop allowed the cub's brain to trade its fear of humans for foundational trust. Maintaining this bond required the man to be the cub's sole provider. Daily, hands-on feeding reinforced the cub's psychological dependence on him as the surrogate leader of its new environment. Over time, the cub's nervous system adjusted. Sights and sounds that would normally trigger a flight response became the background noise of its daily life. While hand-feeding ensured the cub's physical survival, a lion is a social creature that requires peer interaction. To truly thrive, the cub needed a companion that could speak its own body language. The family's pet dog stepped into that role, providing the cub with the peer-level socialization it would normally get from its littermates. Dogs use clear physical cues to signal play and boundaries. Because these signals are non-threatening, the lion cub could mirror them, learning how to interact without relying on aggressive instincts. Their bond grew from cautious sniffing to active wrestling. Through this daily play, the lion learned to calibrate its own strength within the household. This network map shows how the lion organizes its new pack. The human occupies the primary parent node, representing food and security. Expanding laterally, the dog fulfills the social need for a sibling, allowing the lion to satisfy natural pride instincts. The dog was a social bridge, showing the cub to navigate life in a multi-species group instead of a solitary outsider. The adult lion now weighs hundreds of pounds, with paws the size of dinner plates and the musculature of a top-tier predator. Yet he navigates the living room with the same calm as a domestic cat. Despite having the physical power to take down large prey, the lion shows no interest in hunting his housemates. His natural predatory drives have been consistently redirected towards social bonding. Even as a fully capable adult, the lion still seeks out constant physical proximity to the man. He chooses to stay close, demonstrating a social bond that has outlasted his physical need for a provider. This persistent behavior shows that the social pathways formed during his infancy remain the dominant guide for his adult actions, overriding the behaviors typical of a lion in the wild. The lion's seamless integration extends to the entire family. He shares his daily life with every member, functioning as a loyal, peaceful component of their household. By meeting the cub's social needs with consistent care, the man successfully redirected the lion's natural pride instincts. This outcome serves as a testament to the lasting impact of his initial act of compassion.